Today we have an exclusive show for you guys, and it's been a crazy couple of weeks, and I was part of a coaching call with Ed Milet and Andy Frisella, and one of my favorite calls they ever did was a call when Ed Milet got very raw and personal. And he was talking about the stage he's at in his life and what's going on, and well, just a lot of raw content. And that was one of my favorite, coaching calls that I had with him. And today I'm kind of feeling the same exact way, where I want to bring us a raw call with what's going on right now, not only in my life with how I'm able to find success, but just a lot of real talk with what's going on out there. Just so you know, the last 2 weeks, threw out my back, was in the hospital for a couple of days. Right after that, got a stomach bug, was throwing up in bed for a couple of days. From the throwing up in bed, lost my voice for a couple of days, and I'm just now getting my voice right now. Like yesterday I got it a little, today I got it back. And during those days when I was out with a bad back, stomach bug, and no voice, I still managed to get the job done. And what I mean by that is I didn't pack it in, I didn't sleep it off, I woke up and I grinded and I got to work. So I said, what is my mindset right now? What are these things going through my head? How does success happen? Let me just be raw and real, and I wrote down some things. And the first thing I wrote down was attacking adversity. And that means going after all the tough stuff in your life and chasing it every single time like you love it. They say every single time like adversity hits you, it's God testing you for the next thing and saying, are you ready? Do you remember what you're here for? Do you know what this lesson is going to be? And you always have two choices when you get adversity. One is, what are you going to do with it to move forward? And the other choice is you're going to complain about it, be negative, and then force a negative domino into your life. So one thing I've been doing a pretty good job at is just attacking the adversity head on every single time it happens. The number two thing I wrote down, and I think this is important for all salespeople, it's being ultra competitive. I was pissed off if I'm not number one. When a stack rank comes off, I'm mad if I'm not at the top. If I'm consulting, I want to be the number one consultant out there. If I'm working out, I want to look the best. And this competitive spirit and this aggressive competitive spirit that if you're going to do something, you want to be the best. And if you're not the best, you want to pretty much make sure that you're doing everything in your power to be the best. And there's no regrets left on the field, because the biggest thing that pisses me off is leaving this desk and leaving this office and saying there was more I could have did today. And I want to ask you, do you have that in you where every single day you're upset at yourself if you could ask yourself, was there more that I had today? And you look at the most successful people and the obsessive people, and this is what they ask themselves every single day. Was there more? And if the answer is no, there was nothing more, then let's do it again. Let's do it even better. And let's try to get more out of the tank tomorrow, some way, somehow. There has to be something that I could do better. And waking up with this obsession every single day. I think about doing the dirty work. I just had a client phone call, and I've had a lot of these client phone calls where they start off like, look, I've already talked to a bunch of people. You probably can't help me. And the first thing I tell them is, you came to the right place. Because after you talk to me, either A, I'm going to help you, or B, you're going to know that there's nobody else in the world that could help you. And I've been attacking those situations that people usually don't want to go to, and they want to just, move away from and throw them over the shoulder. I've been making hay out of these situations. And sure, out of 10 of them, maybe I'm getting 3 or 4, 30, 40% conversion that I'm finding a solution for. And I'm finding a solution because I'm going various amount of lenders and states to go everywhere to find it. So with your product or service, how wide are you searching when somebody really needs help? So I'm doing the dirty work for them. I'm getting their documentation. I'm sending emails. I'm fighting back and forth with lenders. I'm fighting with underwriters. I am fighting for the client. And when I brand that to them, that look, I work for you, and I'm going to see which lender is going to get this done for us, and I'm going to get super aggressive, and I'm going to reach out to a bunch of them, and whoever gives us the best deal or closest to what you want is who I'm going to go with. I truly mean that for the client. So I'm doing the dirty work. The dirty work like on Sunday, organizing my campaigns. The dirty work like waking up early in the morning, clearing out my email. The dirty work like making rules for all the emails so I could declutter my box. All that dirty work, that messy work that nobody really wants to do and that's time consuming. I'm attacking it all every single day. I'm trying to help everybody. Every single person I speak to, whether it's for consulting or for a loan or for anything, I'm trying to be their solution. And I know that's not always the best thing, because you think to yourself well, you can't help everybody, and how much time are you actually wasting? But let me tell you it this way, if you just focus on being a good human and trying to help everybody, and I mean, if I can't even help you, I want to give you a tip. I want to tell you where to go. I want to tell you what to change. I want to leave your life better than where I found you, and people could feel that because I mean that. And whether it results in a deal today or not, it's going to result in a deal in the future, and I can promise you that. Whether I'm doing this or not, people will call me, because people are always calling me from years ago to come back back whether I helped them or not, because I'm trying to help everybody I speak to. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care what the credentials are. I'm gonna dig deep into your life, figure out what's going on, and I'm gonna try to help you. And whether you're ready to do business with me today or not, I'm still gonna help you. And think about the power behind that when it comes to referrals, when it comes to future business. And think about the time I'm investing. What am I investing? Extra 30, 60 minutes a day, every other day? I promise you it's worth the investment. And I promise you it will come back tenfold. And I promise you it'll make you feel better. When I help people and they acknowledge it and they smile and they feel it, like that's why I do what I do every single day. This is what I'm here for. I'm not here to sell a product. I'm not here to sell a service. I'm not here to work for anybody. I'm here to better your life. And when you look at it like that, and saint status almost, when you look at it like that I want to better every single person I speak to, I mean, that's a trifecta of customer service. And your intentions are not even to give the customer good service. Your intention is to better somebody's life. I wrote down clean cut communication. The communication is crystal clear. From my introduction and my branding, to my follow-up emails, to my post-close emails, to my in-process emails, to my closing emails, to my checkup emails. It's very clean cut. Everybody knows exactly where I'm at. I know exactly where they're at. The communication stays clear. The messages don't get short. I don't stop messaging anybody. Everybody gets a message. My communication is very clear cut. This is how my process works. This is where we're at. This is what's next. This is what you could expect. These are the common hiccups. I'm pretty much trying to answer every single frequently asked question through my communication. And think about the time that saves you in the future. And think about the respect you get from your clients. And think about what that does for your brand when so many people don't know how to communicate these days. It gets you more organized. It gets you closer to your business. People want clean-cut communicators. Speaking in full sentences, images of what I need, video examples. I'm doing everything. It's a 5-star experience regardless of what they're doing with me. I'm trying to give everybody a 5-star experience. If your business is a restaurant and every single person that walks in, you're trying to give them a 5-star experience, what do you do for them? And then go back to your business that you're in right now. What are you doing for them in that business? How are you making that a 5-star experience? You have to be good at eliminating tasks. There's so much tedious things that we do that waste our time. And if we take that same exact time and put it elsewhere, we could not only be happier because we don't want to do the small stuff that waste our time that we're not enjoying. But number 2, we could spend that time elsewhere and make a bigger return on our investment. We could get the value of what we're worth on the hour for what we actually want to spend time doing. Meaning they have to do submissions and they have to do paperwork. I'm not doing any of that. I've outsourced that to an assistant and I do what I'm good at, which is sales. I focus on what I'm good at. I get an assistant to handle the rest. That's one form of automation. Maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you can't afford an assistant or you can't have an assistant in your role. Well, I automate emails. I automate text. I automate follow-ups. Even the follow-up from 3 months from today gets a text automatically on the day. The follow-up in 2 weeks gets an email reminding them about the follow-up. As soon as they go through different phases and process, they get different emails and different texts automated. Even my referral baskets that are gonna go out on holidays are automated. If I could set it up automatically and I don't have to waste the time thinking about it or doing it, it's gonna get done. It's already done. It's done. Everything I'm telling you is done. It's just happening. So think about how could you automate your business in this way for it to just happen? What are the tedious things you're doing? How could you outsource them? How could you delegate them? Heck, how could you eliminate them? Every single lead I buy gets an email right away, gets a text right away, gets a voicemail right away. And none of it is me. It's automated. It's me, but it's pre-made. It's automated. I only handle responses and custom communication, which leads me to organization. If you're not organized, if you have a messy desk, a messy inbox, a messy message box in your phone, a messy room, a messy closet, a messy car, it's going to be hard to be successful. Because when your space is cluttered, your mind is cluttered. So I have email boxes, and now I realize I have too many email boxes, and now I have to declutter the email boxes because there's too many, folders now. I have groups in my phone for apps. I have folders on my desktop for clients and different things. I have tabs that are saved. I have passwords that are all saved. I have Excel sheets to organize clients that are also automated and move over with every single phase. I'm trying to stay as organized as possible so I know exactly where to find something because speed is very important. So I have to look for something. If you're looking through emails to find something, that's a lot of time you're wasting. It's a lot of mind power you're wasting. It's a lot of will you're wasting. So you want to make sure you have an organized space when it comes to emails, when it comes to schedule, when it comes to structure, when it comes to taking notes, when it comes to your scripting, when it comes to your text, when it comes to your voicemails. You want to make sure everything is organized and every day you have a clean slate. A clean slate, meaning you don't go to sleep, missed calls, text messages, things you got to do, forgetting what happened. You clean your slate at night. You come in the morning, it's probably going to be still clean. You'll have a couple, maybe a couple little sprinkles to take care of. You work throughout the day. You clean your stuff at night. Clean your space at night. Empty your stuff at night. Have clarity when you go home. Have clarity when you come in. And you keep that clarity, and that clarity turns into a superpower because you've seen struggling salespeople, you've seen forgetful salespeople, you've seen messy salespeople. I was gonna hire a lawyer one time until I looked at this lawyer's car, and in the back seat, it looked like he had his life back there. And I said, I don't really know if I want this person to be my lawyer anymore. He has all these clients' files sitting right behind him on the floor of his car. I don't know if that's my kind of guy. Organization is key. And that ties into a lot of the things we're talking about, which leads me to systems. You have to have a system for everything. And when I say system for everything, I mean, what is your system when you take a call? What is the system when you call out? What is your system when you get a deal? What is your system to follow up? You have to build system and processes for everything. What is your system when you wake up? What is your system when you get to work? What is your system and routine when you leave work? Try to build a process for all the problems in your life. With every problem, there's a process and a solution. And the process becomes a habit, then it becomes automated, and the thoughts removed out of it. Everything should have a clean process. When you take a phone call, have a process. Even the way I take notes is the same on every single phone call. So I could build a structure and I could build that strength through every single one. And for my team that works with me, they know exactly what's coming on every single file. Even being structured and taking notes. Being structured in the way you talk to somebody so you know exactly where to pivot, where to go next in the phone call so your phone calls stay a good average time. Not you spend 2 hours on one call and 10 minutes on the other call. You have a process that you follow and the clients follow you through that process. I wrote down, don't forget systems for text. I make 7-day text campaigns, 14-day text campaigns, 30-day text campaigns, 60-day text campaigns. There's a system for text depending on the lead source, depending on who it is. Then I wrote down balance. Getting crazy and getting aggressive, it's fun sometimes, but a lot of times I tell myself I need balance. And sometimes on a Wednesday or a Thursday, just randomly, I'll step away from the business early and I'll go enjoy the day. I'll sit outside. I'll take a walk. I'll take my family out to dinner randomly. Because sometimes the workload is just a lot, and if all you're doing is the workload 5, 6, 7 days a week, that could be very draining, and then that can make you lose your passion. Then you look in the mirror and you're not the same exact person you were when you started, and you don't know what's going on, and that happens to me a lot. And I have to tell myself it's time for a break. Sometimes I'll even tell myself it's time for a vacation. You've been grinding your ass off. Let's go somewhere for a weekend. Let's get away. Let's rejuvenate. And every single time you come back stronger. So take a break. Have some balance. Make sure that you're spending time in your personal life. Make sure that you're not throwing all your passions to the side. Make sure that you're not seeing your family for months and months on. Make sure that you're communicating with friends. Take a break sometimes. The break makes you stronger. And the last thing I wrote down was it's okay. I told myself that today. I said, look, everything is okay. It really is. Sometimes we overcomplicate things, we worry about things, but something happens, like you throw out your back, you lose a loved one, somebody gets an illness, you talk to somebody that has it a lot worse than you, and it makes you realize, you get a rush of gratitude, and you say to yourself, everything is okay. I'm doing fine. Everything's going well in my life. And you have to remind yourself of that and be grateful for that, because everything could not be fine and everything could be in shambles. And you could get one phone call right now that could ruin your whole entire life. You could get one phone call right now that could, God forbid, let's not even go there, but anything could change at the glimpse of a moment. So everything is okay. We're really doing a good job. And you got to remind yourself of that and pat yourself on the back. So, those are just some raw thoughts that were on the top of my mind where I said, what's been going on these last couple of weeks? How do I still manage to find success? How am I still running when I'm not feeling the best? And that's what I wrote down. I wrote down attacking adversity, being ultra competitive and aggressive, doing the dirty work, trying to help everybody, clean-cut communication with everybody, automation, organization, building systems and processes for everything, having balance, and remembering it's okay. If you could live your life trying to help everybody that you meet, be a good human, and just give away your resources, your tips, your guidance, and just push people a little further in their life, I'd say you're doing a good job. And keep going.